Good day, Team GTG. I'm Jonathan Rivas, a help desk engineer, and I'll be discussing the ongoing inefficiencies within the company, as well as two possible solutions. Going on to the next slide, these inefficiencies are in the completion time for our help desk tickets. Looking at our statistics chart right here, it shows that it takes about 67% for our engineers to actually figure out what the actual issue is. That means they only have about 20 minutes to find a solution before they pass our agreed upon time on our contract. So in this presentation, I'll be discussing symptoms, effects, and the main cause of this issue, and provide two possible solutions with advantages and disadvantages. Going on to the next slide is the symptoms. So the first symptom is our engineers have to do an extra step in their troubleshooting, and because of that, it's taking a lot more time because they have to contact the client and hear back from the client. The next symptom is because of the minimum time that our engineers actually have to find a solution, we often go over our agreed upon contract time. Going on to the next slide is the effects. There's a lot of friction going on within the company, especially with the engineers, because of added anxiety to meet the required time of the contracts. And because of that, it's leading to a negative work environment. Secondly, on the client side, they're sending in complaints because it's taking longer to find a solution, and because of that, it often may lead to termination of the contracts we have between the clients. Lastly is loss of revenue. Obviously, if our contracts are terminated, then we lose that revenue between the clients. Going on to the next slide. The main cause of these inefficiencies is inadequate descriptions of tickets that we're receiving from the clients. Compared to other managed service providers and how they have their ticket formatted is that when they receive their tickets, they automatically know what the issue is. So they don't have to take that extra step. And unlike us, it takes us between 30 and 40 minutes to actually figure out what the actual issue is. Going on to the next slide is our first possible solution, and that's a service portal website where our client could fill out a form, which is allowing them to better classify their issue and be more descriptive. That's an advantage for us as engineers, so we could further assist them in a faster way and format. Another way as an advantage is better communication between us and the client. We have an open chat box in which we can chat between them live. There obviously are disadvantages. Having a service portal website is definitely more expensive. And another disadvantage is there will be a learning curve for the clients to transfer over and learn this new format and service portal. Going on to the next slide is the possible solution of having a virtual reception team. So a virtual reception team is a remote reception team through a third party in which they will answer calls from the client, and then they will create the ticket themselves. So the advantages of that is flexibility. It allows engineers not have to go through that step, and the ticket time won't start until the engineers actually receive the ticket from the third party reception team. So the engineering team will have that full hour to complete the time. And secondly, it's minimum wait time for the client because after the reception team takes the ticket, it's automatically sent to the engineers. Secondly, the disadvantages. Obviously, there's lack of control between the reception team and the engineering team because they're a third party remotely. So if the engineering team needs certain specifics, they may not be able to have that with the third party reception team. And lastly, the second disadvantage is service issues. If the reception team have service issues or downtime, there's not much that we as a company can do, and it would be very hard for us to communicate at that time between us and the client. Going on to the next slide is the conclusion. So overall, the issue is inadequate information received to us from the clients. and because of that, it's causing anxiety and negative work environment, as well as conflict between us and the clients. So we need to do more in-depth research with these possible solutions. And as a company, we need to make sure our clients come first, as well as our um, mental health as engineers as well. So thank you and have a great day.